Good morning, students. So in the web programming subject, in the previous lecture, we have completed our chapter number 6, that is server-side programming with the help of PHP language. So that particular unit and chapter we have completed with all the different types of topics and with its syntax and the programs and the methods which are available. Also, we have seen some of the basic breakdowns of PHP on this Wednesday, and we show that how we can run or execute the PHP programs. Now today we have to start with the new chapter, that is the chapter number 7, that is related with PHP and MySQL. And you know that MySQL basically used for the database connectivity, because we are now dealing with the server side application. So server always wants the data. So it will fetch the data from some database, and for that database connectivity is required. So that will be possible with this PHP and MySQL concept. So now let me share the screen with you so we can start our new chapter. And so this is our chapter number 7 or unit number 7, as I told you, that is database programming with PHP and MySQL. Right? Now in this particular chapter, we have to learn these many concepts. First topic is basic MySQL commands, but before that, we will see what is MySQL, right? We will see the introduction of MySQL. Then we will switch over to the basic MySQL commands. Then the next is PHP functions for database connectivity. Which type of PHP functions are available? That will be we can use for the database connectivity. Then implementation of CRUD operation. That is these CRUD operations means different types of operations are available with the name which is related with this using the PHP, and prepare statement and store procedure execution in PHP. So these 4 topics we have to see over here in this particular chapter. Right? Now let's start with the introduction portion, that is introduction of basic MySQL. What is this? So MySQL is the most popular open source relational SQL database management system. So indirectly MySQL nothing but the open source RDBMS language, right? That is the relational database management system. This particular concept you have studied in your 3rd semester when you have studied the subject DBMS, database management system. In that you have seen that practicals which you have performed for the SQL query language, right? PLSQL query language, that was regarding with the RDBMS concept. So MySQL is indirectly related with the same thing. That is, it is the most popular open source relational database management system. MySQL is one of the best RDBMS being used for developing various web-based software applications. This is the, we can say, right now also, if any web-based application is someone is designing, then this MySQL is the best way that is used in so many application, web-based application for the database connectivity purpose due to its many advantages. MySQL is developed, marketed, and supported by this MySQL AB, which is a Swedish company, right? Swedish company in the Switzerland. Now, a database is a separate application that stores a collection of data. This is the definition of a database, which stores the different kinds of data within it. Each database has one or more distinct APIs, that is the application program interface. So each database has one or more than different or distinct APIs for creating, accessing, managing, searching, and replicating the data it holds. So basic operations which we are performing on the database, these are like this: accessing the data, managing the data, searching a particular data from the database, then replicating the data means replication, and which it holds, right? So these are some basic functionalities that performed by the different APIs on the database. So this was the introduction of basic MySQL. Now it is continue. That is, other kinds of data store can also be used, such as file or the file system or the large hash tables in the memory. So other kind of data stores means apart from this basic database files, apart from that, such as files or the file system or the hash tables, which are also stored in the memory, and that can be used for a database purpose. But data fetching and writing would not be so fast and easy with those type of system. Means if we are considering this file management system or hash table, right? So they are also used to store a particular data. But what will happen? Data accessing and writing in that particular system will be much difficult, and also it is time consuming. So that is not more preferable. Nowadays, we use a relational database management system, that is RDBMS, to store and manage huge volume of data. And also from that, big data concept is launched, right? So this is called a relational database because all the data is stored into the different tables and relations and are established using primary keys or other keys known as foreign keys. So this RDBMS concept, based on it, relational database management concept comes into the picture because the data are stored in different types of tables, and all the data which are stored in tables, they have some relationships, and their relationships are maintained with the two different types of keys. One is primary key and foreign key. So based on that, data, different tables are connected with each other, and also data having the relationship with each other, and that we can fetch easily or by the executing the commands. Now, a relational database management system, DBMS, for that one software is a software that enables you to implement a database with table, column, and index. You know that you have used this PLSQL programming, saying that this on in the software you have fired some commands, right? Executed some commands to create a tables, columns, and also some indexes, right? Then also guarantees the referential integrity between rows and various tables, right? It will maintain the referential integrity, means those their means relationship between the data, and they are connected together. Update the index automatically and interpret an SQL query and combine information from the various tables. So based on the query fire of SQL, you can fetch the data from the multiple tables also, right? Now over here, MySQL database, what is that? So MySQL is a fast, easy to use RDBMS being used for a manage a small and big business. That is, as I told you, that it is used in a real-time application, right? Easy to use this concept and used in many small and big business. Similarly, MySQL is becoming so popular because of many good reasons. Why it is becoming so popular nowadays? So which are the reason? MySQL is released under an open source license. No, it's not a paid version. So open source freely available. So you have nothing to pay to use it. Second, MySQL is a very powerful program in its own right. It handles a large subset of the functionality of the most expensive and powerful database packages. So many inbuilt packages are there which can use to handle large amount of data, and very quickly you will get your result. Means also the accessing speed is much faster. Similarly, MySQL uses a standard form of the well-known SQL data language. Right? Basically, this uses a particular SQL data language which is very easy. That is name is structure query language. So you can easily remember it, and you can easily fetch the data. MySQL works on many operating systems and with many languages, including PHP, Perl, C, C++, Java, etc. So there, it is means it's a language independent, we can say, because it works with so many known languages very easily. So this is also, we can say, one of the reason or advantage, right? Now MySQL works very quickly and works well with even the large data sets that we have seen. MySQL is very friendly to the PHP, the most appreciated language for the web development, right? So it's very friendly with PHP, and that we can use for the web-based application. MySQL supports large databases up to the 50 million rows or more than in a table. The default file size limit for a table is 4 GB, but you can increase this also, and a theoretical limit of 8 million terabyte, right? So this is, we can say, large amount of data it can be handled very easily, right? So this was the just basic introduction and specification why what is the MySQL and why MySQL is preferred majority time. Now the first topic, that is basic MySQL commands. Which are the basic MySQL commands that we have to see? So MySQL commands which are frequently used, and also you have seen in your structure query language. So one is select. Basically, select is used to extract the data from a database. So select, as per the name, it is going to select something from the database. So select is that command. So select particular column name from the table name. This is the syntax how you can use this. So select statement fetch the data from a database. This is the meaning, and this is the syntax. Select column name from table name. Now second is update. So it will update the data in a database. So update table name set some column equal to some value, where some column equal to some value. So update the statement allow us to edit rows in a table. And if you want to edit a particular row in the table, then in a MySQL you have to use such type of a command like update table name, then set some column name equal to some value, where some column equal to some value. So you are going to update that particular value in that particular column. Now delete the data from a database. So delete from table name where some column equal to some value which you are selecting, and basically it is used to remove the row from a table. insert a new data into the database. So for that, insert into table name, this is the query that is going to be used. Insert into, then table name, column 1, column 2, column 3, and you have to provide values in bracket, value 1, value 2, and value 3. Over here you can see that single quote is given, means you can provide both any type of data, right? Whether it is a number, numeric data, or a string data, that can be provided over here, and it will be used to insert a particular new data into the database. Create database, it will create a new database. So create database and database name. So basically it will create your new database. For this alter database, it will modify a database. So for that query is alter database, then database name, and collation name, right? That is the name which you have to provide for the altering, means the new name that you want to provide. Create table, so it will create a table. Create table, then table name, column 1 data type, column 2 data type, column 3 data type. So whenever you are creating a table, at that time you have to provide the column name with its data type, right? Similarly, alter table, so it will change the name, alter table, table name, add column name and data type. Similarly, drop table, so it will just delete or remove the table from your database. So these are the 9 basic MySQL commands that is used during the programming, right? Now, after that, next topic is PHP functions for database connectivity. Which are the basic PHP functions that is used for the database connectivity? So first one is PHP MySQLi underscore connect function. So whenever you want to do the database connectivity, first thing you have to connection. Connection should be connection should be done with the database that you want to connect. And over here you have surprised with this word MySQLi. So MySQL you have heard, but what is I? So I basically use for the improved version. In the earlier programs, they have used only MySQL syntax, right? But now they are using MySQLi because MySQLi is an improved version. That's why I stands for improved. Now, what is the difference? What is the difference? So earlier MySQL were working on the procedure-oriented programming protocols. Now this improved version is working on both procedure oriented as well as object oriented approaches also, right? So this is the advantage based on this MySQLi. So over here we will consider for the improved version. So first one is the how to create a connection function, because we have to establish a connection for the database, right? So the PHP MySQL connect function is used to connect a MySQL with the database server. Right, so it has a following sentence how to do this. So in a PHP tag, opening and closing tag, what you have to write, $db underscore handle, this is a variable name, equal to MySQLi underscore connect, this is a function name that is used to connect with the database. So MySQLi underscore connect. Over here, first of all, you have to provide the database server name. This is a variable name right now. So before writing this, you have to provide the database server name. Similarly, database username and database password. 3 things will come over here as an argument. Now, what is the meaning of each? So over here, database handle is the database connection resource variable. As I told you, this is a variable. MySQLi underscore connect. It is the function for PHP database connection. Now, server name. So server name is the name or IP address of the server which is hosting the MySQL server, right? Similarly, username is a valid username in MySQL server, and password is a valid password associated with a username in the MySQL server. So these 3 things you have to remember to provide this connection function. So first of all, it is used to provide the connection between the database, right? Now next is PHP MySQLi select underscore DB function. This is the second function that is used to select underscore DB. So MySQLi select DB function is used to select a particular database. After establishing a connection, this function is used to select a particular database. So it has the following syntax, right? Which is the syntax? Question mark PHP MySQLi select DB, then database handle and database name. Again, these 2 arguments used over here. Now, what is the meaning of this? Again, MySQLi select underscore DB, it is the database selection function that returns either true or false, right? So this particular function return a value as a true or false as an answer. Database name is the name of the database over here, and link identifier is optional because it is used to pass in the server connection link. So basically it will give the answer whether whatever database you want to connect, whether it is available or not. If it is available, then it will be selected, otherwise it is not selected. So according to it, it will give the answer as a true and false. Now third one is PHP MySQLi query function, right? So the MySQLi query function is used to execute the SQL queries which you have performed in your database management system. Basic queries, which are the basic queries? So insert, select, update, and delete. These are the 4 basic queries always going to be executed during this function. So MySQLi underscore query function, which is available over here, is used to execute the SQL queries, and the function can be used to execute the following query types: insert, select, update, and delete. Right? It has the following syntax. This is the opening tag and closing tag of PHP, inside which you are writing MySQLi underscore query, database handle, and query. After that, you have to write. So MySQLi underscore query is a function name that execute the SQL query. This is a function name which is going to execute the SQL query. Then $query over here is the SQL query to be executed. So from this code, you have to write over there, insert, select, update, and delete, or you can write the full also. Like before writing this over here, you can write $query equal to select database from this, or insert this thing in the database. The whole SQL query language you can write, and after that, that variable you have to pass over here. Right. So this is a variable, whatever we are defining. But before providing variable over here, you have to provide the value to this variable, right? So $query is the SQL query which is to be executed, and $link identifier is optional. It can be used to pass in the server connection link, right? Now the fourth one is PHP MySQLi underscore number underscore rows function. So MySQLi number rows function is used to get the number of rows returned from a select query. So it will give the number of rows, how many rows are going to be selected within the query. So it has the following syntax: MySQLi underscore number underscore rows dollar result, right? So this is again a variable, and MySQLi number rows is the row count function. Basically, it is used to count the number of rows, and dollar result is the MySQLi query result, right? Whatever query we have provided, it is the result of this thing. So basically, this function is used to calculate the number of rows which we have passed during the query, right? MySQLi fetch array function. So MySQLi fetch array function is used to fetch the row arrays from a query result set. So again, the same syntax over here, only the function is going to be changed. That is MySQLi fetch array $result, and MySQLi fetch array is the function for fetching row arrays, right? Number rows in terms of arrays. So all the values will be stored in an array. So result is the result written by the MySQLi query function, right? Number 6 is MySQLi close function. So MySQLi close function is used to close and open database connection. Again, it has the following syntax: MySQLi underscore close and database handle. And this is the PHP function, and it is the link identifier is optional. It is used to pass in the server. So basically, this function is used to close the function. Whenever you have established the connection, after doing all the functionalities or after applying all the queries, right, you have to finally close the function. That is for this MySQLi close is used. Right? So these are the basic functions of database connectivity. So we have completed first 2 topics, which are the basic MySQL commands, introduction of MySQL, and second topics, which we have seen that which are the different PHP functions used for the database connectivity. So 2 topics of this chapter we have completed. In the next lecture, we will complete this chapter by the remaining 2 topics, right? So till that, stay at your home, stay safe. Goodbye everyone. See you in the next lecture.